Welcome to the Joycast. My name is Tamika, and today we are being serenaded by a community of dogs. So the canines of the world represent companionship and loyalty. So isn't that nice to have that background music on our Joycast? So today, instead of choosing things that have come in specifically, I thought that I would allow the universe to pick some energies for you through Stephen Farmer's Earth Magic card deck. So it's a divination tool to use the card decks. And this particular one is a beautiful, beautiful, one of my favorite card decks, and it's called Earth Magic. And there's what that looks like. It's by Stephen Farmer. So I picked 4 cards today, and I'm going to ask you to choose between A, B, C, and D. And we'll give you a special message from nature. So let your intuition choose for you. Don't overthink this. A, B, C, or D. So if you chose A, your card is the New Moon card. And this card is all about promise. So the new moon is all about manifestation, and we've planted seeds so that they're going to grow, and there's this promise of sprouting of these new seeds that we've planted. And you may have been working hard on something, and this is the idea that it's coming forth. And it may have to do with romantic love because of these lovers together watching the promise of the crescent moon growing in the sky. And so either for you, this may mean that you have love coming in. It may be a new love, or it could be revitalized love in your current relationship. So even long-term relationships go through phases and changes and get renewed from time to time, and they go through ups and downs, obviously. So this is a very, very nice card to get in terms of the promise of romantic love. So it's only going to come in if you're waiting for love. It's only going to come in if you can embody love. So there's this whole idea that we don't want to have in ourselves this thing of I want to get love. It's that we want to be love. And one of the ways that we manifest love in our lives is to recognize it in all the different shapes and forms that it comes in. Sometimes even in the beauty of a sunset. So that's for you if you chose A. If you chose B, your card is the autumn equinox. Look at that picture. I think we've had this before on the Joycast. This message is about release. So it's kind of like when the trees release their leaves. They don't fight to let them all pull them off or drag them off. There's a sweet release. There's a gradual letting go as the leaves fall away as they're meant to, as they're not nourished anymore. And it's the same with relationships. So at this time, you may have some relationships, friendship, love relationships, different connections and partnerships that may or may not be serving you right now. And if they're not serving you, it's that idea of having that sweet release, being willing to let go. That can be hard to do. I understand that. When we've made changes in who we are, and usually that's what happens, growth happens, and then we change in a relationship, it can be hard for other people to keep up with us or to understand our new path if we've changed paths. And so we can invite those people to play at this new vibration that we're spinning at, or this new vibration that we've taken on, this new way of, this new growth that we've taken on. But that invitation, then we have to let it go, because if they're not willing to play, then we can't really force that. So it means, I get a lot of contacts from people about how they've changed and how people sort of leave their lives and the sadness that can bring. But this is really a message of sweet release, letting it go sweetly. And it doesn't mean kicking somebody in the pants to say goodbye. It means letting it go in the most compassionate way that you can imagine letting go. So that's for you if you chose B. So if you chose C, your message is from the fairies. So cool, look at that. The card is the fairies and earth magic. Such pretty colors in that too. So the fairies are all about earth magic and nature, and they're here to guide us to be kinder to ourselves and to this planet. So they say that there's fairies in your garden, fairies around your your pets, fairies around your flowers and your plants, and they really are, whether you believe in fairies or not, they really are embodied in nature. So this might be for you a message. If you think this is sort of a silly message, this might be for you a reminder to believe in magic, because earth magic, the earth is a magical and mystical place, and so if you've forgotten to believe in magic, it's really important that you recognize that there is a mysticism and a magicalness to life, and sometimes we can get very pragmatic and forget that. If you picked D, you get Vision Quest Desert. Look at that one. Very nice contrasting colors that we have coming in. A vision quest in typical tradition has been about going out into wilderness for a couple days with only the essentials and survival and getting back to our true nature by being away from the groove of everyday living and other people. And so that is the message for you if you've chosen D, is to get away. It doesn't have to be for a couple days in the wilderness. It could just be even for a couple of hours, but be by yourself and away from other people. It could be a day, it could be a couple days, it could be a week-long retreat. Whatever you need, but it's important that we take this time in prayer, in meditation, in silence, without the interference of other people. This card also reminds dog songs. This card also reminds me that we also really need to not just be reacting to others around us. We have to consciously decide what we want in our day, in our future, and in our moment. So sometimes when we start the day, it's good to center ourselves. It's good to center ourselves and not let outside influences throw us off balance. So in this world where we have email, we get up, we check email, we check Facebook, we do all these things. Just 1 second, Luna. We do all these things. Remember to give yourself that vision quest time so that you can also start your day from your perspective, from your desire. Thank you for joining me on the Joycast. I hope you have a wonderful